Hi, Sean Doyle here from Recirc IT. The question that we always get asked is why 3 quotes? It's also a question that we ask ourselves when we're getting quotations from our clients. And when we ask about what's the landscape of who the other partners that might be getting quotes from, it's often quite a confusing question. If you look back into the history of this, why this whole practice came around, it actually came around from the government who were trying to level out the playing field, trying to remove corruption, trying to remove unfair play with some of the procurement teams and some of the suppliers. So they this a lot. What you would see a lot of it, obviously, it's very dominant in the public domain, but also we see that this practice adopted by private organisations too. And we ask the question quite often of why you look to do that. And what I mean by that is, let's just think about yourself as the organisation. If you reach out to 3 organisations, number 1, number 2, and number 3, what we know specifically about the I've worked for the Cisco channel in particular. If I'm the first person to get that quotation, then I automatically get an additional 7% discount when I go to get that from the distribution and when I go to get that from the OEM. So just from the pure fact of if I'm the first person that you reach out to, I get the 5%. But so if for the other 2 organisations, they're going to seek that pricing. Essentially, the OEM over here has already determined what your discount rate is, and that's obviously based on the size and the volume of your purchases. And these 2 other organisations here will submit a cost. And the challenge with that is you probably see less than 5% difference. The other part of the challenge is that this takes a lot of time. So you're waiting for these organisations to come back to you. You automatically know that the first person to come back and the first person who's going to register that deal with both distribution with the OEM is going to get that best price. So it makes the exercise a little bit redundant. If each and every time that you have to go out and get a quotation, you have to go through this process. Also, if this is already predetermined by the OEMs. So you might ask yourself, what are we proposing? We're basically saying that you should look at an organisation who sits outside of all of this OEM ecosystem to include in some of those price quotations. Essentially, from our perspective, the sale price, the list price, all of that is essentially redundant when we're putting pricing together to you. So this 7%, 10%, whatever it might be, might work out completely different. But in terms of the spirit of getting the 3 quotations, if you're just going within the OEM ecosystem, firstly, we'd see that as a pretty big waste of time because it's taking time for all of these 3 partners to come back to you. And the second part is you're going to see less than 5% difference within all of those quotations. So we would encourage you to talk to your procurement teams, to talk to whoever it is that reaches out for your quotations, to look outside of the OEM ecosystem to see if you can keep some of that value and within your business. We obviously appreciate and understand where the OEMs add value. If there is value add going on within this, then we understand that. And we're not going to compete on that business if they have helped design, architect, put all of this together. But if it's a straight quotation that your team has already put together and there is no value add to go along with that, then please do reach out to us because you will see significant differences beyond the 5% and you'll be able to keep some of that value within your business.